Hey, what's up? I'm HypeHype. I play games, make games everywhere, and this week I'm in Puerto Escondido, Mexico, a small beach town with amazing food, and just trying to relax and work, play games, make games, using HypeHype on my phone or tablet at the beach. When you're working at the beach and making games, you're not as productive as you think you would be, kind of just like chilling there, having a good time. I was having issues trying to figure out the spawner on this gun game, and I'm pretty close, but the shooting mechanism for the enemy spawner, let's just say I was struggling multiple hours. This is part of game development. I get frustrated, which is okay. It's important to take breaks. It's important to understand your process. The better you get at understanding your process, the more you can just keep it going. And so I took a break and I just started working on my fall dudes. I just moved things up. I switched the wall that goes up and down. It's facing a different direction now. A lot of this game I made during a live stream a couple months ago. If you want to see me make this in real time, you can see how I went and made this game and the little pieces of it. And this is kind of where we're at now. I have a little shortcut that you go here. These things fall in 10 seconds, but if you land on it, there's still kind of a bug with this not falling. And the strange thing is this was working yesterday, and now today it is not working. I don't know what that means. Oh, you know what? It did fall, but the bottom of the ground is just right there. Technically, it doesn't fall. You see the red? That is the ground, therefore it was on the ground. I'm gonna go and add a destroy factor to this component in a moment, and we're just gonna add a new obstacle course. One obstacle course, keep this video simple. I've been watching a lot of Fall Guys, just looking for inspiration and ideas that I can take from Fall Guys and put them into my game. So here we go. We can see this will fall, and this is a little bit different than what I had before. I find it to be a little bit more challenging and exciting. So you can move the camera by dragging on the middle of the screen. And then we have the cylinder pieces, which I've created. Getting stuck. No, come on, no. Yeah, so I need to have it so those cubes disappear. And then it's cool, you can see the shadows. Love HypeHype and the ability to show shadows. All these objects and elements are in the asset library. What I saw in Fall Guys, kind of like a disc piece that is spinning. Basically, the players just have to move along the discs. So I wanted to create something like that. So right now I'm just gonna use my fingers, which is cool. Let's go ahead, hit edit, take a look into this, turn logic on, and now the component is right here. This falling cube, this is a add-on, and it's added on to these cubes. So if we select the cube, we can see it there. New UI feature, it's like a puzzle piece, really cool. It's been fun to watch HypeHype slowly upgrade and develop all the UI components and elements. Let's go into this cube, go into advanced, add another collision trigger, and then a destroy. Using all these components and nodes, I believe this object is red. So let's go here and collision trigger, deselect the gray. Sometimes I forget to do that, and that's not something you want to forget. If this collides with an object that is red, destroy, we want execute. You can do set as target to destroy the object that it touches, but in this case, this is not what we want. So we hit OK, and now, because this is an add-on, that should be applied to all of the other pieces. Let's go check it. Playtesting is fundamental in game development. If you're not having fun playtesting your game, then that is a strong indicator that you, okay, so we can see it's working, and I'm gonna just, so that's great. And let's make this next piece that I was looking at a spinning circle that players have to jump on. I like to put all my objects on the side, and let's see if we don't already have. Actually, this is a good object, so I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate it, hitting that button, and let's go ahead and move it up. The starting point is over here. Let's go ahead and rotate this like this. Let's take a look at this angle, put it to 0. Change the colors to kind of visually match what is happening on in the game. This is good. The circle pieces will be spinning, and right now it's all one solid color, which I'm not that big of a fan of. I like to have multiple colors to help highlight the fact that it is spinning, make it stand out a little bit more. I think this could work. Let's grab and let's make it blue, and we can put this inside here, bigger, maybe 2. So we want it just about there so it doesn't go under. Say 55 is too much, so let's try 57, 7.5, just to 0. No, move this down. Always good to mess around with the numbers to try to get the perfect fit. It may work, it may not work. Okay, cool. You know, I think that's good. Let's see if I can't get these numbers to be kind of even. Let's grab this one, hit duplicate, and then rotate. I'm thinking something like this so that when the wheel is spinning, it is clear to see the object spinning. And that's really what we want. We want the visual element to make sense for the player. Now we're gonna go ahead and just glue this to these objects. Now this object will be kinematic, so we want to set physics to unmovable, go to physics, select kinematic. This should be okay with no physics. We can turn off cast and receive shadows, as we will not be utilizing that component. Next, we want to add a container and put this inside the container. Wait, before we can do that, we need to make the container a reusable. And now we can put it into the, no, we cannot. Maybe we need to detach from parent, and now we can. There we go. These in there. Come on. All right. This, oh wait, there we go. Come on. Sometimes it takes some finesse to get it in there. Now that this is set, we need to go back and glue these pieces to the big circle. Next, we want to grab the big circle and let's go ahead and add a vector transform. And we're gonna want it to rotate. So let's go here, select loop, move the duration to 0 so that it's always rotating, and hit move to rotate. Next, let's go here, select this, hit duplicate, create new instance. Now I'm gonna move this all the way to the play field so we can see what we're working with while we're trying to create it. And notice the green outline on the object. That means it is a reusable object. And once we get this set up, we'll just be able to drag and drop it onto the play field. I don't know which XYZ causes the rotation to go like this. I think X will cause it to flip. Y will cause it to flip the other way. I'm gonna try Z, and I'm just gonna put a number like 5, and then this should, or 4, should cause it to rotate. And let's take a look, and it's not rotating, but our player can jump on it, no problem. Almost there. Loop on start. That's, we didn't turn it on. If you don't turn it on, it's not on. We can see that Z is not the correct way. Let's go ahead, change that to 0. Let's try Y. Okay, so that's what we want. We want the rotation to be Y. It does look like it's not affecting the physical properties of the player, and this could be because of how the control mechanisms work on the movement of the player. So this is something that I did not originally plan for, and this is part of game development. Like, I thought everything would just work the way I imagined it, and now it isn't. We need to come up with creative solutions. First thing that comes to mind is like add some kind of barriers into the object, but one thing I definitely want to do is change the Y movements to have it be a random number. The best way to do that, I believe, is to go into the object. All the changes we make here should affect the reusable object next to the main character. So here we're going to add a random node, and this will be on start, and we want this to be from minimum -2.5 to positive 2.5. And this just means there will be a random number generated between -2.5 to 2.5, and that will be the spinning indicator of the object. So we go here, and then there's on random value and on random value per link. I don't really know the difference. These are problems for future HypeC to figure out, and that's okay. But now we'll just go ahead and do this, and then select a vector transform, vector Y, set create, and we can go ahead and even test it right now by make it this smaller and duplicate it, and they should be at different speeds. Look at that. It does kind of look like it causes the player to move a little bit, so that's cool. Let's see if we can't do any changes to this piece over here. Now this is no physics. One thing I like to look at is the object type, the physics. So this is kinematic default. Let's see if we change it to ground, if that does anything. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see if we change this random to -25 to 25. So it's going to move super fast. Doesn't really affect the player. It was worth a shot. Let's go ahead and grab another simple platform like this. That might be too big. Let's try to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, change these colors. Kind of just making it the opposite color. I think that has a nice effect. And we can make this just big enough. We can move it down a little bit, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in here. There we go. Change the physics to unmovable, physics properties, kinematic, and let's line everything up. So we got 5.5, this is y of -6. Let's just go ahead and make that even 6. Make this an even 6. We might need to play with the y a little bit more. Put the z to 3. I just like these even numbers. I think it makes it easier for everything to just look in line. I am the type of person, if I'm at the dentist office and the painting is crooked, I'll just go and fix it. Just who I am. Okay, so this looks good. Now this should be in the reusable object we have next to our main character, so let's go ahead and test it. And we forgot to glue it, so let's go ahead and glue it to, oh, and that changes everything on how it looks, which is not what we want. That means we need to make adjustments here, and we can do that by making this skinnier, making this taller. Yeah, I think we're good there. I want to see the Z is at 4, this Z is at 2, so I want to move this a little. There we go. Let's give it a shot. Let's take a look. Okay, so now if the player lands on this, it will push them over. We got the foundation for this mechanism to work. Now we just have to put it in the game. Let's go ahead and grab those 3 testing objects right here. Again, notice the green outline. That means they're reusable objects and they come from that reusable container that we created. Let's go and move the finish line to the left. We're just making the player. You have to touch the screen so that you can see different angles if you want to survive. And the great thing about these reusable objects is you can change the size of them individually. Go ahead and make this one a little bit bigger. Get the right angle down right about there. Grab this one, make it a, whoa, that's really, you know what, let's make this one super big. There we go. That way we can go from big to small, making the challenge to start with easy, and then the more you get into it, the more difficult it is. But we almost lost, there we go. We need to grab that, move them over here, make that a little bit bigger, and we're moving down. Grab here, make this one a little bit bigger. Let's see what the size of this one is. This is 2.3, so this just needs to be less than 2.3. Let's go about like, yeah, 1.8. And the great thing about these reusable objects is once you have them, you can just go ahead and hit the duplicate button and you can create one right there on the spot. I'm gonna try to make it like a spiral staircase. As I already know the map, I'll just be able to take a shortcut and jump. But we will also have to create the game over ground as we are expanding this level. So I think that's the smallest I want to get them. And then let's just have a bunch of them. Like multiple ones. Copy and paste is my favorites. HypeHype makes it so easy to just copy objects. Now these will all be spinning at different speeds because they are their own individual objects. Now we need to add this floor. Filling in the gaps with tile maps reminds me of finger painting. Let's go ahead, select this. We're gonna need this to be a little bit longer, so we hit duplicate and then we do paint again. I think we've gone below the game over spot. Let's zoom in, and you know, we're not below it, but we're definitely right there. Where is the finish line? Where did we put it? There it is. Let's go ahead and move this down, zoom in, move it down, and why don't we put it over here? Okay, lastly, we need to play test it because maybe something's not working. my skills are not working. That's what's, wait for one of them to go down. Take this shortcut over here that I created because it's faster. Oh, that was close. Oh crap. No, no, no. Playtesting is important, and if you are not having fun playtesting your game, then make some changes, because it's important to try to look at everything as an opportunity, and so important that you have fun making your game, because if you're not having fun, then it's likely other people won't have fun. Even though I died, I'm okay with it. I want to change the randomness of these spinning objects, the spinning cylinders, so that they're random. Oh, and look at this one. This one's spinning fast, so that is going to be super dangerous. Let's go at it. Okay, and jump. This one is slow. It's kind of difficult because we can't really see, where we're going. So it's difficult to view down, which is not something I even thought about, but I'm definitely thinking about now. There is a invisible collision around the top half of the disc, and then it looked like we hit the bottom, but it caused us to have a game over. I'm just gonna go ahead and select all these, and we're gonna keep everything on a higher plane. Because it was difficult to move around, that's not fun. We are trying to have fun here. And notice how I'm tap and holding. If you're new to HypeHype, I have a good introduction video that helps learn a lot of the basics in the movement within HypeHype. So let's go ahead and do something like this. There we go. This makes sense. Oh, and then if we want to grab this one, maybe somebody wants to try to do a shortcut. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. You'll have to tell me. We're looking good over here. I noticed the game over, the red floral, we need to add some more. I'll go in and fill it out more later, but right now we're just playing around. So let's give it a go. Oh, I almost missed the jump there. Take the shortcut. And we want this. Whoop. Let's try this out. Okay, we're running. Oh, go this way. Go this way. Oh. Looking good. I think we're good for now. Hosting hype failed. It should save on HypeHype. I'm gonna go try to get it some better Wi-Fi access and for sure save it because we don't want to lose it. I think it's good to go for now. So that's adding some new features on this Fall Dudes game that I've created. This was a lot of fun because it's stuff that I know how to do, and I'm always mixing things that I know how to do versus the things that I'm learning, trying to figure out how to do. For me, this is the way to learn and get better, as making games is a challenge. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Until next time, I'm HypeC. Stay safe out there and peace.